the umbrella that wanted to fly. In the quaint town of Brimley, where the winds hummed gentle tunes to the cobbled streets, lived an umbrella named Flynn. He wasn't just any umbrella. He was old but sturdy, with a deep navy canopy and a curved wooden handle that had been polished smooth by years of use. He belonged to an elderly shopkeeper, Mr. Percival, who ran a tiny bookstore at the corner of the bustling marketplace. Mr. Percival was kind but absent-minded, often losing himself in the pages of a book while sipping his favorite chamomile tea. And so, Flynn spent most of his time hanging by the shop's entrance, listening to the rustling pages, the murmurs of customers, and the wind that often rattled the window panes. Flynn had seen many rainy seasons, bravely shielding his owner from fierce storms and chilly drizzles. But deep inside he longed for something more. "I want to fly," Flynn often whispered to the other umbrellas hanging in the shop. The others chuckled. "Umbrellas are meant to keep people dry, hold the wind, not ride it," one of them said with a knowing sigh. But Flynn wasn't convinced. Every time a strong wind tugged at him, he imagined himself soaring like a kite, free and weightless, drifting across the sky with the birds. One afternoon, just before the rainy season arrived, the little bell above the shop door jingled. A little girl named Lena skipped in, her golden curls bouncing with each step. She had wide, curious green eyes that darted across the shelves, searching, discovering. Then she saw Flynn. "This one. I want this one, Mama," she exclaimed, reaching for him with both hands. Mr. Percival chuckled, taking Flynn down and placing him in her grasp. As Lena held him, he felt something stir within him, a spark of adventure. Perhaps with her his dream would come true. Lena was no ordinary girl. She loved adventure stories, the kind where heroes sailed the skies or rode the wind to faraway lands. Her head was always full of wild, wonderful ideas, and soon Flynn became part of her games. She would climb onto the rooftop of her house, holding Flynn high, pretending he was a mighty skyship ready to set sail on the wind. She ran, she jumped. But no matter how much she tried, Flynn never lifted off the ground. Till he never lost hope. Then one fateful evening a storm rolled into the city, wild and furious. The wind howled, bending trees and rattling windows. Rain drummed against rooftops and distant thunder grumbled across the horizon. Lena, full of daring excitement, grabbed Flynn and raced up to the rooftop. The wind roared, tugging at her dress and hair. "If there was ever a day to fly, this is it," she cried, laughing as the storm raged around her. A powerful gust of wind rushed past, catching Flynn's canopy. His ribs shuddered. He felt weightless, lighter than ever before. It was as if the sky itself was calling to him. Lena held on tightly, her fingers gripping his handle. The wind fought against her, pulling harder, and then for just a moment she let go. And the wind carried Flynn away. He tumbled, twirled, and soared above the rooftops, spinning like a leaf caught in a whirlwind. The streets of Brimley blurred beneath him, lanterns flickering, people rushing indoors to escape the storm. He climbed higher, higher, until the whole town looked like a miniature world beneath him. He was flying. He was truly flying. But then reality struck. He was an umbrella. Not a bird, not a kite. The wind that had lifted him so joyously now tossed him unpredictably. He spun, flipped, and flailed as the storm played with him like a toy. Down below, Lena watched, her eyes wide with wonder and sadness. Flynn twisted and turned, until finally, with a soft thump, he landed on the roof of a traveling wagon. There he lay, breathless, staring up at the stormy sky. He had done it. He had flown. Days passed. The storm gave way to clear skies, and the town of Brimley carried on as before. Then one morning a wandering tinker found Flynn. The man was dressed in patchwork clothes with a satchel full of tools and trinkets. He picked Flynn up, turning him over in his hands. "A little bent, a little worn, but still strong," he murmured, smiling. He dusted Flynn off, straightened his ribs, and placed him carefully in his cart. And so Flynn journeyed on, not as he had imagined but in a way he never expected. He traveled across rivers, deserts, and towering peaks, seeing more of the world than he had ever dreamed. For sometimes, dreams don't come true exactly as imagined. Sometimes they take you somewhere even better.